If it looks like I have my shit together all the time, let it be known that I've just had a cry because I have so much to do today and I don't want to. I just don't want to. Leg day was good today. Leg day today was the first day where I felt like I'm fighting fit. It's Monday, by the way. Good morning. Is it? Of course it is. Whatever. By the way, there is a huge RAF exercise going on over the top of our house for the next month. So if you ever think it sounds like we're being abducted by anything, chances are we're not, and it's just the RAF. Anyway, leg day was good today. It felt like I was back fighting fit, and I actually hit some really good PBs. Like, I did extra weight on as well, like new weights for good reps as well, which I'm really pleased about. And I managed to get my cardio in, which I was worrying that I wouldn't get in this morning, and I really needed to, because I just don't know how I'm going to fit everything that I need to do in today. But I will, but it's going to be a push. I have work to do, I have to pack for Wales, I have to cook food for Wales, I have to get 8,000 steps in, I need to wash my hair. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Not great. And I just still feel like absolute dog shit. Not as bad as I did, but enough to like not be travelling. If this was on me, I wouldn't be going. Let's put it that way. Hannah Schofield, Monday multitasker extraordinaire. Got chicken on the go. Got supplements on the go. Still need to wash hair, do 8k steps, and do my day job. And pack. Phone pinging off every minute. We love it, don't we? Testosterone going in, multivit, glucosamine, yes. Vitamin B complex, D3. I've only got one HTP tab left, and I don't think I'm going to repurchase them as the weather's getting better. I don't feel like I really need the serotonin dump as much. Probiotic and a fish oil. So I'm sorting those out, keeping an eye on the chicken, and just generally being chaotic. How can I forget that? Oh, that's going in too. I must say as well, I have had some great results from the testosterone. Not everyone is going to be as responsive as that, but I've seen some huge improvements in my strength, which will obviously have a knock-on effect on muscularity and muscle mass gain. But so far, so good. I've repurchased it once already. I think I will continue to repurchase it, and then I'm going to do a little bit of research on how long I should be taking it for, in terms of, it's not an anabolic, but I just want to be cautious that it's close to, and whether it should be cycled as such. But so far, so good. So far, so good. I'm keeping an eye on how long I've been taking it for. But yeah, really enjoying seeing the results from that. Andy has also started taking it. He started taking it about, say, a week ago, and he has had some good results so far already. I don't know how much of it could even be a placebo.
You know what these are? They're gazebos! They're bullshit!
But he's had some really strong gym sessions, even given how, ill we have both felt. They've gone very well, and he's seeing some improvements. So I'll keep you posted on that. Quite nice to have a male and female review. But it's certainly working for me. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. If you were wondering how chaotic I was this morning, I couldn't find my headphones for the gym. They're here on top of the broken air fryer. No, I just thought they blended in. Fucking hell. So I'm going to go out and get my steps in now. I'll take a podcast and the headphones and just go for a walk. I've just got in 2 chicken meals at once. And when I come back, I'm going to prepare everything and then shower and wash my hair last, because that is probably like the last thing that I need to think about. But the rest I do need to do. It's about 8 o'clock. I've been out. I've got my steps in. It took probably about 50 minutes to get 8,000. And I think I've just finished the bulk of meal prepping for the next 2 days. So, in terms of whole meals, they're my 2 chicken meals for tomorrow and my beef meal that I would have in an evening, and there'll be a protein pudding to go with that. There will obviously be my breakfast and stuff, which is over here. But then I've got my 2 chicken meals there. I've got 3 bagels squished into there. I haven't set them up yet with my jam and everything because I want them to be a bit fresher. Cow Pat 1, Cow Pat 2, Mega Cow Pat 3. That is my post-workout oats for tomorrow. That is my breakfast oats for tomorrow. And that is my breakfast oats for Wednesday. Okay? So I haven't packed any rice cakes or anything or done any of that yet. But that is how this is looking for the next couple of days. And everything that goes with it will go on top. I feel like I'm on prep again. That was hard work. I haven't had to do that for a long time. Had I not been doing this tidy up, maybe I wouldn't have gone as hard on the meal prep. Maybe I would have allowed myself like the evening meal at the hotel or whatever, but I just want to hit it hard and get out of it as soon as possible and get my appetite raging so we can get back on it. My dinner has just pinged off in the microwave because I cooked that whilst I was prepping all that, so I just need some cheese on there, then I'll have my pudding. Then maybe I'll have time to wash my hair. Maybe. It is Tuesday, it is windy as fuck. I'm at the office, obviously not in the office right now, but I'm in the office just getting some steps in before we travel to Wales. It's Andy's birthday today. Said our happy birthday this morning and just had to leave, which was shit, but at least we fully celebrated it at the weekend, which was always our intention, and that was lovely. But just getting some steps in before I'm sat in the car for like 3.5 hours to get to Wales, and then we'll be up early in the morning for the site visit. But yeah, feeling all right. Bit tired. Managed to get my training session and my cardio in this morning, which was amazing, which means I only have to get steps for the rest of the day, and I'll treat tomorrow as my rest day and just get steps, which will be spot on. I've brought in so much stuff to the office and everyone's like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is just packing for 2 days when you eat this much and you can't have what is on the menu. I've just got to a point in life, been doing this for so long, where it just doesn't bother me and I don't really care. I don't care what people think anyway, but it's just what you have to do, and that's that. But all of that prep and everything yesterday, getting ready, just reminded me of prep so much. Like, preparing food for the week probably takes like an hour, maybe a bit more. Towards like competition time and your diet is changing so rapidly, that can drastically change. But everything that I had to do yesterday, because I was so under pressure, just really reminded me of prep, in the sense that like I am not ready to prep right now, and I also just think people need to take into consideration how much of your life it will consume before they even think about it. So much. But if you're already doing this much, why not go the extra, you know? I called my GP this morning because I was reminded to make an appointment about my low test. So when I had my bloods done in November, my testosterone was really, really low, almost off the scale. And I just thought, now that I'm back off my coil and everything, and have been for some time, I wanted to get my bloods redone again and just have that tested. So I've made an appointment to have another blood test my test, and see whether it's still on the floor. If it's still on the floor, there might be some options to get that up to a natural level. So exploring that at the moment.
We moved from Crown Farm down.
Hello, it is still Tuesday. I think it's about 6:45 and I've just got to the hotel in Wales. My little trick of asking for a fridge hasn't worked. I haven't got a fridge. Normally, most hotels should be able to accommodate a fridge, like a temporary fridge, just due to medications and stuff. Like insulin needs to be in the fridge, so if you're diabetic, it's something that you can request as a special request. Now it's on all of my bookings through the Coal Authority that I need a fridge, not due to medical conditions, but I know that it's possible due to medical conditions, and this time it has not worked, but never mind. I'm gonna come up with something anyway. I've just got here. I'm gonna FaceTime Andy because obviously it's his birthday and I'm missing it, and then go down for dinner in half an hour, which due to me dieting is still my beef potato meal. Hopefully they'll wang it in the microwave, and then my pudding as well. So hopefully I can do that, and then I'm just gonna come up here and have an early night because I'm knackered. Between me going to and from the restaurant, I'll practically get all of my steps in. If not, I'll walk the corridors until I'm done. I won't have a lot to do and I won't look like too much of a weirdo doing it. This is my dinner and this is Karen's. That's the biggest bit of fish I've ever seen. Welcome to the hotel room kitchen, where I'm weighing out and preparing my bagels for the following day. It's not quite the same because they're not toasted, but we're making it work. It's been a fucking long time since I've done this. Like making food up away with work and having to improvise. It's all good. It's all coming straight back to us. Oh my God, what's happening here? Just putting these in a little bag for the morning. Oh, bit of jam. What I've done in the space of my fridge, I'll show you. Okay, well, better that I found out now. I had just put a load of water in the sink, like cold water, with my chicken meals in it, and it has drained, so that's good. I might put them in the bath instead. I'm sure they'll be fine. I was just trying to make an effort, you know. This is probably the cooler room though, so we'll probably leave them in here overnight along with my protein porridge pudding pat. And yeah, just trashing this hotel room. Honestly, if you think people that work in government get like expensive accommodation and things like that, everything has to be like value for money for the taxpayer. So if you think people that work in government are getting bougie hotels, no, false, they do not. There is a spa and pool and everything attached to this hotel. Let me show you where it is. Oh, it's just outside my window. So if anyone was thinking about it, I'm going to be stood here like this watching them. Not weird at all. Anyway, that's enough of me being a creepy bastard. I am going to get into bed and have an early night. Rock and roll. Ready to look at some tip slips tomorrow. On a serious note, part of me is very much looking forward to tomorrow. I've worked in and studied crisis and disaster management since probably 2017. And tomorrow, one of the tip sites that I'm going to is Aberfan, which, if you are not aware, I think it was in, oh my God, was it 1966? There was a tip slip disaster that killed, I think it was 144 people. A good amount of those people were school children that were in school at the time at the bottom of the hill where the tip was. And I am going to the Aberfan site tomorrow, and I'm going to visit the graves of those children, which morbidly I'm looking forward to, because as someone that kind of studies this kind of stuff, that is very interesting to me. It means a lot to me, and it's going to be nice whilst I'm here to kind of pay my respects and learn about why we kind of obviously put some of this emergency response stuff in place so that it never happens again, which is part of what my job is. So as morbid as that is and as upsetting as that is, I'm really looking forward to going there tomorrow, as I would be with any kind of other disaster sites and incident scenes. It's going to be a good day. Good morning. It's not even that early, but it looks like it actually might be a nice day, which is good for walking around tips. I've packed all of my food for the day, 2 chicken meals. That is my breakfast, and that is my breakfast bagel in there, and my snacky bagel. I've got all my peanut butter and rice cakes in there, and then I think this is sauces and salt. So I'm all good to go. Going to be sociable and eat my breakfast in the restaurant with Karen, and then we're getting picked up at 8:30. It's going to be a long day. I wanted to get more steps in at this point, but I actually had a little bit of a lie-in, which was also nice, so can't have everything. Hopefully I'll get a little bit of walking in today, and what I don't get done I'll just have to bash out later, but because it's a rest day I'll be doing 8,000 steps as opposed to 10,000, so that's good.
Conditions are very amenable to nice photographs of them, and then it joins the Mantelford looking at further down here. But this is probably the most important part of the site. So we've got a drainage channel that runs through the vegetation there. We'll see the end of it shortly. But we've also built this drainage channel a couple of years ago, and this is to capture most of the water that comes off the landslide. To the other section of the landslide, and then you had a flat bit, and then it dropped down, then there was another bit that came up, another flat bit, and the rest of it was draped over the hillside.
Hello, it's Thursday. It is 10 to 4, and I feel like I've only just got to the point where I can pick up the camera, because that's how the week's going. And having caught up on being out of the office for like a day and a half, nearly 2 days. And yeah, Wales was good. Wales was productive. To be able to stand in the space where the tip slip hit Aberfan was, I don't know, I think when you're in this kind of industry around crisis and disaster management, to be able to put yourself in a place where you can understand to an extent the scale of an incident and how much destruction it caused, and to see the impact that it's left, I think is so important. It's so important, and it's just an even bigger driver to make sure that nothing of that scale ever happens again. So very, very worthwhile. I was very tired getting home. I think I got back at about 8:30 last night. We got stuck in so much traffic on the M42. Thankfully, I didn't have many steps to do, so managed to get the vast majority of those done. I've trained upper today. I've got my cardio in, so that's 3 out of 5 this week. We'll do one tomorrow when I train legs, and we'll do one on Saturday when I train abs before we go over to Andy's parents for the weekend, because it's Mother's Day, and it was obviously his birthday on Tuesday, so we want to spend some time with his family. So we're going over to Manchester. But yeah, I have my slip for going to get a blood test later today. So I talked about it briefly, but my November bloods came back very, very, very low test. So I just want to see now, having had my coil out and having lived like that for a few more months now, it's been about 3 months, to see whether that has improved. If it hasn't, then I will look at taking some sort of testosterone booster. Nothing fucking crazy. We're not going mad, but just to bring it up to a natural level that I should have, because it's all going to help my progress. So that is the plan for the rest of the day. I'm going to do about another hour at work, another half an hour, 40 minutes at work. I've got a meeting in 10 minutes, and then crack on with that. However, something I will show you later, before I wash my hair. Oh my God, it's so gross. I haven't washed my hair for a week. I'm disgusting. I have really naturally dry hair, so it's no big deal. But I ordered a couple of bits off Vinted, and I was going to show you those because one of my subscribers did ask, what kind of things am I wearing in the gym? She's just joined a new gym and is interested in the kind of brands that I rate. Now, I was waiting for these Vinted purchases to turn up because that's my thing at the minute. I'm not buying anything new. I'm only buying from Vinted. I'm going strong so far. I was just going to show you a couple of the brands and stuff that I'm currently wearing. My my knee-jerk reaction to that question was whatever fucking fits at the minute. Do you know what I mean? That's where we're at in off season. But yeah, I've got a few brands that I do tend to choose over others, so I will show you those later on. I've just got back from the hospital, had my blood test, which went fine, and I'm just doing the whole thing that I keep saying I'm not going to do, and making an entire massive meal, have 2 meals, still got another 2 meals to have. Another thing, my mum, the OG, the G unit, brought me back some classic chicken salt from Australia. If you've ever spent any time in Australia, lived there, visited there, ignore our recycling, you will know chicken salt, and there's no sugar in it, so yum. So another update today. Andy has started off something that I've wanted to do for ages and haven't got round to it ever. I love bugs. This is not going to be to everyone's taste at all, but he started off my bug wall with probably my favourite moth, which is a sentence that I know not many people would say, but the death's head hawk moth is probably one of my favourite moths, and it reminds me of one of my favourite films, Silence of the Lambs.
Coming across as real sinister here.
Well, I'm just being my authentic self.
Speak your truth.
Speak your truth. But saying that, Andy has just put some parameters in place with which bugs I can and can't have. So I'm not allowed any spiders.
Not any Aggie spiders. So no huntsmans, nothing that people would be scared of, from the outside.
Okay. There was a huntsman that I wanted, but
what were the restrictions that you imposed?
Centipedes and millipedes. Right, okay. I think they move weird and they freak me out. And cockroaches and camel spiders.
I think I've ever looked at a cockroach though and gone, that's a good looking cockroach. Like, it's not something visually you want to put on your wall anyway, is it?
Andy makes a great point there. I've never looked at a cockroach either and said that's a good looking cockroach. But that's a good looking moth. Nature is cool. Look at the symmetry on that. Anyway, that's a bit more about me that you never asked for. Finally managed to wash my hair, and I'm just putting some washing away, which is a perfect opportunity to show you the brands and stuff that I've been wearing in the gym a lot lately. So I've just picked out some favourites here to show you. Now, I've got these in the last couple of days off Vinted, and they're bow and tee. I've not worn them before. I wore this today, and this part is so much lower, so it allows my lats to be free, which is brilliant, and that's exactly what I've been looking for. So I have been looking on Vinted for some more of those. This one is more of a halter neck at the front. It's a bit thicker on the back actually, but we'll see how we get on with that. I'm looking forward to that. Glutewear is another one that I absolutely rinse. I am an affiliate with Glutewear, but to be fair, I was into Glutewear before I became an affiliate, so it was just something that I wanted to get involved with. These training tops I wear all the time. You will see me in this and a black one all the time. I don't even just wear them for training, I wear them just around the house or even going out, because they're so like, I don't know, a basic. I can just chuck like a flannel shirt on top of that and chuck it with some jeans and stuff. They're super, super comfortable. I've taken the padding out. This is another Glutewear one, and the reason why I rate these is because, again, I've got a bit of freedom on the back and a little bit of stretch, but really good for my lats as well. Perfect for posing. Hopefully those will come off the same way. Riderwear is another brand that I wear quite a lot of. The waistband is super high. I haven't tried the Glutewear leggings. I wear a lot of the Glutewear shorts, which are the same, but these are still really thick, and that waistband is brilliant. Training trousers from Explosive Fibres. They hide so many sins. Andy is trying to get his chilies to start, so we're making them warm in here next to the radiator because it's the hottest room in the house, honestly. This guy. Generally the brands that I'm looking at when I'm shopping on Vinted: Glutewear, Riderwear. I'll never find Explosive Fibres on there because it's just a smaller brand. I wear a lot of Chosen Few t-shirts. on top. Anything big and baggy at the moment, to be honest. Another one for glute wear, which they're not a jib staple because they're far too thick, and that doesn't happen very often. But these joggers, the glute wear, like fleecy luxury joggers, mate, I've got 4 pairs. 4 pairs of those. They are immense. The only thing that I would say is they come up a little bit small. I've got a large and they're quite tight on my calves. And my calves are big, but they ain't that fucking big. Wow. The thickest, most luxurious joggers I've ever found. Forget all like the better known brands. They are it. People often ask me, Hannah, why is it that you train so much? Why is it that you've chosen this path? Is it for your mental health? And I say, yeah. Is it to look good? Yeah. Is it to be able to carry about 35 kilos of shopping in one bag with one hand from the car to the house and from Aldi to the car? Yeah. It's Friday. This is the first chance that I've had today to pick up the camera. It's been absolutely mental having those 2 days out of the office and just catching up and having my like one-to-one, all of that kind of stuff today. It has just been crazy. I've been working on my personal development review that we do at the end of each year. Obviously I've not been there very long, so there's like, I feel like I have to work a lot harder to prove, you know, what I've actually achieved to be able to get different levels of the bonus scheme that we have. So I've just been focusing on that all afternoon. I've just been to Aldi and done the food shop. I'm just going to go in. I've got to wrap my mum's Mother's Day present and nip that up to her, then get 6,000 more steps in, then cook, and then chill. So probably won't be until like 9 o'clock tonight that I get to sit down. Love that for me. But this is being busy. Fucking hell. Morning, it's Saturday. I didn't do a thoughts and feelings on my check-in last night, which is weird for me. Normally I do that. We were that tired, we just chilled out. I was feeling a bit apprehensive about this check-in because I'm due to ovulate on Monday, and man, as it's shown this morning, I am about 2 kilos up. Obviously I've been dieting down a little. So, you know, I've talked about scale weight and how it doesn't really mean anything, and it doesn't. This is a perfect example of the fact that it doesn't mean anything. I have done everything that I should have done this week. I've got all my training in, all my cardio in by one session today. I've not gone over. I've eaten exactly as I should have done, and I'm still 2 kilos up. So it just goes to show, like, that happens. It's more than likely some inflammation and some water, because looking at my check-in today, it is very, very watery. But that is just life, isn't it? I'm sure next week I'll look much tighter. I've been looking a lot tighter in the middle all week. It's just a shame that I've come to do my check-in and it's not reflecting that. But I'm so glad that where I am with like natural cycles and stuff, I know that, and that's brilliant. I'm just weighing out some of my stuff to go away today. So that is my 30 grams of oats for the morning. It'll just save me faffing about at Andy's parents. I'm just about to measure out my creatine and my protein and my psyllium husk that will all go into the pot once my oats are cooked. Work smarter, not harder. So my oats are on for my post-workout and my pre-workout. I'll make my bagel up in a second, and my bagel for probably about 11 o'clock. We'll be sticking to plan today until this evening, and then I'll have my off-plan meal. We're going to a little pub that is nearby Andy's family's, really nice little pub. And I'd be lying if I said I hadn't looked at the menu already. I don't know what I'll have, but I have had a craving for fish and chips since show and still haven't had any. And pub fish and chips are always good fish and chips, second to obviously seaside fish and chips. So I'll probably have that, but I'll let you know and take you along a little bit. I have run out of chicken. I didn't cook any last night again because I got in and I couldn't be fucking arsed. So I did buy some cheap chicken, like cooked chicken breast from the shop, and I'm just gonna weigh that out instead. You know, if you haven't got time to meal prep, just cheat a bit and buy some ready bought stuff. You don't have to go off plan. You can just pick some up as you go. I take my scales with me, don't I? But you know, it doesn't have to be absolute chaos. Right, so that is everything that will go into my oats tomorrow morning. Got my supplements, packing a banana. I'll show you what all of this looks like when I'm done, but that is the current situ. I haven't sent my check-in off to the boss yet. I'll do that before I leave, and then I'm going to go and train abs and extra and do my last cardio of the week so that tomorrow can be a rest day and just get steps. That's how we're going to do it.
teacher, social worker, negotiator, referee. No 2 days are the same, but one thing is for sure. You'll have great people around to support you, with full training and a chance to go further. No qualifications needed, it's who you are that counts. Join us and see for yourself. Search.
Hello, it's still Saturday. We've just got to Milnrow where Andy's family live, and I thought before I sit down and get comfy and start catching up, I better get out and get these steps in, otherwise I'll just fucking sit there drinking cups of tea and having a nice time and I won't move. So trained abs and a bit extra this morning, as you would have seen. That's the only training footage I've got this week because I've just been so pressed for time, because for some reason, and I think it's because I still feel a little bit poorly, I just haven't been able to get out of bed before like 6:30, which cuts my training session down. And there's a bit of faffing when I'm filming in the gym. It just is what it is. But I'm sorry about that. That hopefully normal business will resume when I can be asked to get up. But I am feeling a lot better now. I've had my check-in feedback. It's very difficult when scale weight doesn't bother me. It just doesn't anymore. But I do look very watery, and I know why that is. And it's a really nice feeling to know that I know why that is. Like, I feel informed. My natural cycles information is really insightful. But still nevertheless a bit disappointing when it's your check-in day and you've looked better all week. Right, I've just checked my step count because I'm just walking past the pub that we're going to later for dinner. It's about 500 steps from their house to the pub. So I'll clock that for later when I'm going there and back. So that's 1,000 that I can leave. God, this is what my life is. I had my feedback and yeah, Jenna is happy, but the tidy up is getting a little bit more aggressive now, and it is starting to feel like a little bit more of a mini cut. It's not unwanted, I must say. Some of the food that I'm putting past me now, I'm getting to the end of the day and I'm like, fucking hell, I do not want this meal. So I think it'll be welcome when it comes and when I get used to it, like the new quantities of food, still the same components, because I'm just not that bothered. I'd rather keep it simple. They're just new measurements. So I'm gonna start that as far as practicable tomorrow with what I've packed and like take different quantities out. But tomorrow's a rest day, so I won't need to worry about the oats so much. But where I can take pasta out, where I can take chicken out, I probably will. But if I can't start the diet side of things until Monday, then it's no problem. But I'll go through in detail what that looks like tomorrow when we get back. But for now, my steps have been upped, my cardio's staying the same, but my steps are at 10k a day. So that means that on days where I do my cardio, I'll bump that up to 12k, because I know that I get 2,000 of those steps in on the Stairmaster, and I'm not counting them. It's going to be interesting to see the impact of this first kind of week of a bit more of a assertive mini cut, because obviously my ovulation weight will probably drop off and I'll start to look a lot tighter anyway. So yeah, it'll be interesting from that point of view. We'll see whether the food really impacts me so much. But for now, I've got about 6,000 steps until I'm happy, and then I can relax. Probably only take me about 40 minutes, and then I can think about what I'm having for tea, obviously.
Oh, that's switcheroo. I think that's me steak.
Andy's just told me off for farting. Anyway, it's Sunday. We've just got back from Andy's parents. We had a really good meal last night. I did vlog a little bit of it so you could see what we were having, but we had a massive mixed grill. And actually, it's not like me to not have room for a pudding.
It's not.
Oh, wow. I feel a little bit attacked there.
You said it.
Oh, yeah, but you didn't have to agree, did you? Fatty. I couldn't have a pudding, and neither could you, actually.
No.
However, Andy's dad, what a legend, had a sticky toffee pudding and let me try a bit, bless him. So we've just got back, we're just chilling. I've just worked out what has been dropped from my meal plan this week. It's actually not as drastic as I thought. So going into the new week, I've lost 10 grams of oats post-workout. I've lost 20 grams of chicken from meal one and 20 grams of pasta from meal one. And obviously, I'll have to get a bit better about not having any little chocolatey bits in my pre-workout oats or my post-workouts, whichever one. But what I've done is stock up on the choc shot sauce. I'll swap out the chocolate and just have the chocolate sauce. However, I've worked out that not including the chocolate, the 10 grams of oats, the loss of the chicken and the loss of the pasta comes to around 100 calories. And then obviously with my chocolate on top of that, that'll be anywhere between 60 and 100 probably. So I don't think I'll feel this drop either. We'll see. And then my cardio has stayed at 20 minutes times 5. And my steps have gone up to 10k, like I said. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think I will look a lot tighter next week anyway, just because I seem to now blow up like a balloon around my ovulation, which should be tomorrow. And yeah, we'll just have to see how we look going into the new week, but I'll keep you updated. Just enjoying a mousse, which do not freeze.